Hey everyone, welcome to Urban Gardens and Lawn Care. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to regrow mint. So if you look at some of the videos I did before, you probably saw me went to a nursery and I picked up a lot of plants and other things to start my garden season. So here's the mint that I bought from the nursery that you guys see. It just grew really tall. So what I want to do is try to regrow some more mint, because you can regrow mint all year round. It doesn't have to be outside. You can grow it indoors or outdoors, but because it grows so fast, you definitely want to be able to monitor it and clip it and trim it as you need it. So as you can see, here's the container that I bought the mint in right here. And you can see right here, this grew really tall. So what you want to do first is figure out which stem you want to cut. So when you find out what stem you're going to cut, then look at it and say, okay, I could just start with a small one, but I want the ones that I've already been using. Like this one right here, I only have a few more pieces left, so I might as well try to regrow some here. As you can look and see right there, it's already some growing, which it will grow back. But I want to try to, like I said, clip a couple and just trim it down just a little bit, because I actually keep this in the windowsill right here. As you probably saw one of the other videos with the indoor herb gardens that I made, so definitely check out that video. Used all the basil, but I still have cilantro and dill growing right there. All right, so what you're going to need to do this, you can regrow this in water or you can put it in actual soil. But what I'm going to do for the sake of this video is I'm going to replant it in water, because water is the fastest way to get through roots growing. So what you can do, you're going to need a cup or glass, whatever you use of your choice, but I'm using these planting cups right here. As you can see, it has holes on the bottom, so anything that could be rooted or you're trying to regrow, whether it's cuttings for trees, whatever, you can put the water in this and put the clipping in here. So first I'm going to show you. All right, so all you got to do is get your handy shears, whatever you use. Here is mine right here. Always make sure they're sanitized and clean, because you don't want to pass pathogens or germs from other plants that you've been using to the new plant. So we're going to go ahead and, like I said, find one. I always try to find the one that looks like it's, like I just said, it's growing less, so that way we can just go ahead and regrow it. So go ahead and cut it. Okay, so since I have a few left on this, I think I'm going to go ahead and pluck these off. But what I'm going to do is cut it right here. So you have to cut it right there where the new roots can actually grow. These are going to grow back, so I'm not going to cut it down here. I'm just going to cut it right here. So again, just get your handy old trimmer, clippers, whatever you use. Just give it a good cut right there on a 45-degree angle. And there you go. It comes off. This is how pretty much when you see bars and stuff where you go to, and they always have mints on, but you go on vacation, because they know it regrows in water. So they actually use these. All right, so next thing you want to do is fill this cup up with filter water, whatever it is. If you're using tap water, I will let it sit for a day or a few hours, just to let some of the, if your tap water has chlorine, but I just use either bottled water or filter water for my refrigerator or pitcher right here. So let's go ahead and fill this up. Okay, like I said, we're using the water from the fridge, just like this. And remember, when you're growing anything from a stem or a root, you have to make sure that you actually switch the water out every few days, because it'll start to turn brown and algae and maybe light green, just to keep bacteria from dry rotting or water rotting the roots. All right, so next up, you want to put your right here, your rooting plant container right here. I'll put the link in the description so you guys can see. Like I said, you can root anything that that requires water back in here, whether it's tomato suckers, whatever it is. You could just put the stem in here on the bottom, just so you can see anything come through here. They come in multiple sizes depending on what you want to do. You could put an avocado seed in here and just let it, water it, and that way the root comes from the bottom of the avocado, etc. All right, just put it like this. If you feel like it's a little bit too much right here, you can just go ahead and pour it off. You just want to have enough to where at the bottom that the water actually goes in there. So I go ahead and pour a little bit of this out. All right, so right there. So, and also, like I said, I'm going to use this little mint here, but I'm going to leave the top part there so that can actually grow back. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these 2 or 4 off, then we're going to put it in. All right, so as you can see, it only have a little bit, which this top part is going to regrow actually, and then maybe a part here on the top as well. So you say, why did I cut this off? I've just used it for a mojito or something because what's going to happen if you leave it in here, all it's going to do is continue to stay a little bit green, but it's going to rot. So I might as well use it and regrow a whole new plant here. So go ahead and put that in there just like this. It doesn't matter where you put it at. So like actually, just say if I had a big party, I wanted to use majority of this, of course I would leave all these little ones right here. But what I'll do is I'll use all of these, and then what I would do is I'll continue to cut them right here where a new root can go, and just stick like 3 or 4 plants stems in here. And then what'll happen is they will all grow roots on the bottom, and then I could just replant them either in this or a bigger container or in my backyard or something. I don't want to plant in the backyard because these things go real fast and then it'll get out of control. So I want to be able to maintain it. So we'll go ahead and let this sit in here maybe for about a week. You may start seeing roots. It all depends on your climate and whatever it is. I would just sit it in a nice room temperature area, and then what's going to happen, like I said, monitor for about a week, no more than 2. You should definitely start seeing some roots grow out of this, and as soon as you see roots, you can plant it. So we'll be back once we start seeing roots and you guys can see the results. All right, guys, just real quick before we sit it in the window and do our time lapse, like I said, so they were so long, I was able to cut them down into different sections here. So as you can see, we spread it all around here, and right down there, you see all the water is hitting the roots at the bottom of the stem. So like I said, in about a week or 2, you're going to see all these white stems down here, and you're going to know it's ready because you're going to see, you can even look at the bottom of the cup and tell when it's ready. So, and what I do with the extra mint, some of it I can peel up to most of it off. Of what you could do, just like the grocery store, they give it to you in that little box or a little plastic box. I can actually put this in a Ziploc and actually keep the air out to help keep it from going brown. So like I said, we'll go ahead and put this in here, and we'll give it about a week or 2, then we'll. All right, guys, it's been about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks. I told you I would be back and show you. I did put it in the window where it's facing indirect sunlight and filled it with water. So as you can see right here from the last video, you can see all these roots that grew in the water right here. This is no AI. This is really how you regrow mint, and all the true garden people know that. So what I'm going to do, just to show you even further, pull it out this hydro planting kit right here, and as you can see, as I stated, look how big the roots got just in a week. But not all of them is grew, which is to be expected because not all of them are gonna be 100%. So I would just say, look like I planted with maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I got maybe 4 out of 6 rooted. So that's good. So these will be 4 new mint plants right here. So once you do this, you definitely want to make sure the roots are not brown, which means it's got water rot. But look, as you can see, now nothing died, and it actually grew some while I was in here, if you see early in the video, for where I had it. So now all we have to do is take these out, and what we want to do is get it planted. And this is how you recycle mint after you buy it from the store or from a nursery, and just regrow it again. So this is a way you can never run out of mint. You can grow it in the window, you can grow it outside, and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and take these out and get ready to plant them in a new container. All right, guys, so we're outside. I told you we were going to go ahead and plant the mint. So since I already have some on the inside in my kitchen windowsill, I'm going to go ahead and plant some in a raised garden bed, because mint also helps to deter pests like rodents and stuff. They don't like the smell of mint. So we're going to go ahead and put this in the raised garden bed. So as you can see, quick preview, we got some dill growing, got a cucumber growing there, and here's some more tomatoes that I grew from some suckers, and here is a green pepper that I'm growing as well, as you can see. So a lot of stuff growing in here, guys. So what we can see is plant these mint. So what I did right here, I went ahead and pre-planted a hole right there. I'm going to go ahead and push it down just gently, just like this, just like that. Don't never push or pull, because you don't want to break the root, which will stop the growth of the plant. And you can put them together if you want to, but if you want to do separate, I dug 2 holes right here. So you always want the root part to go down first, just like that. Push it gently down, and then what you can do is just cover it up. So what you can do just slightly. It's my water. Just slightly go ahead like this. Push it down just like this. And then you're all set. So what I'll do is I'll check back in about a few days to a week and see how this is going to grow. So this will keep rodents away from these green peppers and things like that right here. So we go ahead and give it a water. Go ahead and give it a nice little water. Like I said, just like that. Go ahead and water everything else at the time. Because you know mint grows in water. So you definitely want to make sure it keeps it wet. So this is how you regrow mint from a mint plant, propagating it in water and regrow another one over and over again to have endless supply of mint. Make sure you guys subscribe. Well, check out the other garden videos and landscape videos, and I catch you guys on the next urban garden and lawn care video.